Miami Dolphins training camp, Miami Gardens, Florida. The head coach of this franchise, Mike McDaniel, is with us here. Mike, got to tell you, 9-8 last year, taking the Dolphins to their first playoff appearance since 2016. I want to ask you, what did you learn in year one, coaching this team that has carried over into year two?
Basically, that winning football games is hard, but I did know that already. But the fulfillment of the responsibility, it's a very cool seat to be in. Obviously, it was my first year experiencing it, and you think you know how that's going to go. There's as many problems that come on your plate. You do feel such an incredible fulfillment, serving others. I guess I didn't really understand until I got onto the job how much the job of being a head coach is service. I'm serving everyone who's working here as best I can to enable them to be their best versions of themselves, because what you do know quickly, especially with so many people being able to help. I have an assistant now. You need so many people for things to go your way, or for things, the ship has to be moving in the same direction, and that requires so much commitment, buy-in, and sacrifice from so many different people. It's there's a humility that really you gain, where it's like, this is awesome, but man, I'm dependent upon so many people to do their jobs. This is incredible. So a lot of different things. It is more fun to win than to lose, for sure. That was a big one too. But it's been awesome. I'm very, very fortunate in this organization to work with the people that I do, from having the owner that we have, to the GM, to all the coaches, to all the players. It's a cool time and a cool place to be.
Everyone every year wants to talk about your off-season acquisitions. I want to talk about Vic Fangio. I mean,
that was an off-season acquisition.
Everyone knows about your offensive mindset and how brilliant you are on offense. But to be able to get...
Wait, everyone knows that?
Everyone knows that. So that
keep tricking them.
That being said, I thought that was a great move. Tell me about that.
Well, that's been it just didn't come across my consciousness. It's that he's a guy. Vic Fangio has been established for so long in the National Football League, and in my specific experience, starting in 2005, I've watched him dictate the terms of an evolution of defense, and in that, when you're going against a coach like that, you can always tell what is being coached by the consistency with which players are doing certain things. Even the opportunity to have him here excited me to such a degree, because as a head coach, I'm learning that these professional athletes, they really, you owe it to them to give them the best coaching possible. So I've always been a swing for the fences type of guy, and my mind really fixated on him, because I just knew there's so many players here that would gain so much for their dreams and their careers. And by the way, he would make me a better coach as well. So I through the moon with it, really excited about it, but it's very fortunate for that opportunity. I'm glad it worked out.
Everyone thinks training camp, it's a big team thing, but in the beginning it's offense against defense. Let's face it. How is Vic going to handle Tua and the boys? I mean, with all the speed you got at wide receiver and the depth you got at running back, that's got to be pretty challenging for him, because right now, although you're getting ready for the season, right now you're going against today, first day in pads. I mean, you're going against each other.
No, and that's a classic. I mean, that is every single training camp I've ever been in, and when I've approached this training camp, is to understand we have to compete. We have to put our best foot forward each and every day, and the other side is depending on us too, because the way we want both sides of the ball to be in the regular season is you want to train the opposite side so that because you're going to get beat in some way, shape, or form on the football field in each phase, offensively or defensively. But you want to train that unit so that there better be elite execution by the opposing team for there to be success. So in the competition, which is very organic and natural, I've been really pressing on all the players and coaches that it's bigger than that. And what we do, if Tyreek Hill decides to loaf, Xavier Howard doesn't get a full speed view of whatever concept we're doing. And, I prioritize maximizing each rep so that we don't have to do a million reps so that every rep can be fast. Because, you can't you don't have an unlimited governor. So all of that has been good, but Vic's a competitor, and I wouldn't have been so thrilled to have him here if he wasn't trying to beat the offense every day. And then you want that competitive mindset, but you're also building a bigger picture on how it's not just the offense winning. The defense needs the offense to impose themselves in a way that if you aren't on your stuff, you will get torched, and vice versa. And I think that's what I've been excited about for these first couple days, is because really on a team as a head coach, which is unique, you want back and forth. You want that that organically created adversity that is ever present in every single game you ever play. The second that you get on a roll and maybe you're a 3-score lead, if you let your foot off the gas, you know exactly what happens. Or you get down and the opposing team lets off the gas. Like, all of those things we can recreate if everyone's fully immersed into the practice, which I feel like they have been.
Miami Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel with us here on SiriusXM NFL Radio. You mentioned you like winning more than losing. Well, when Tua Tagovailoa starts a game and finishes it, you usually win. What type of offseason has he had? What have you seen so far in training camp?
I've seen, for as much highs and lows and as much adversity that really Tua has faced, he matched it with what he's really attacked this offseason. I'm so proud of how, we were pretty open-minded, and, we kind of gravitated towards, hey, you know what? We're recognizing after testing, we're recognizing there's certain things that you could get stronger at to protect yourself. And what did he do? He went and attacked it. He is a much stronger version of himself in several different ways, in his core and in his legs, arms, neck, everything. He's been, by a professional, he's been knocked over more times probably than he's ever been combined in football this offseason to try to train how to fall. Outsource that because I don't know how to train people how to fall. I didn't even have a clue. So those type of things have been tremendous, as well as his ownership of the quarterback position at the NFL level. You have to be able to command the respect and really move the needle for a lot of your teammates, but you have to be able to do it in your own authentic way. And I really think he's encapsulated that.
Mike McDaniel, thank you so much for joining us on SiriusXM NFL Radio.
Man, this is it?
Well, I mean, we were given a time limit because you have a press conference.
Schedules.
It is how it goes, but great insight. Thank you for doing that.
I didn't even get to ask you about the Eli Apple, Tyreek Hill feud. That's what I want. That's where I wanted to get to.
No, now I'm just going to go to a press conference, and it will not be so serious.
Yeah.
So I did there?
I did. I actually did.
It's good.
More coming up next from Miami Dolphins training camp.